You know my story, right? Rise to fame from the pain to glory, right?
My name is Jules Keyser. I work downtown at the Panhandle Apothecary in downtown Winchester, Virginia. And the store was founded during COVID, and the Winchester location has been open for about 2 years now.
All right, and tell me a little bit about the apothecary, where the town we're looking at.
The apothecary started as a dream. My boss, Lorraine Waycaster, came to her husband because she wanted to change her formal dining room into a tea salon, and he very generously agreed. And from that original inspiration came the idea for the shop. She became fascinated by teas and CBD, and she had previous experience working with herbs with her horses. And so when she moved her attention away from the horse barn and started pursuing other careers, she had the idea for this place to create a center where we can encourage functional health and wellness, where we can encourage education as to the use of a lot of the native herbs here in the Shenandoah Valley, and just to create a meeting space to take pain away, to give people a place to come and kind of take their own health and well-being into their own hands a little bit more.
That's great. And how has everything been received as far as everything goes? Post-COVID, everybody's surging back through as far as foot traffic? And
even during COVID, this place, I was told, saw a lot of traffic. A lot of people were so excited to find a store where they could have questions answered and they could find more natural remedies to their various illnesses or maladies that maybe didn't require so much medical oversight, or was just maybe more personable or accessible to the client. We have an amazing customer base. We have a cult following for some of our various products that we have. The Tillman's gummies, we can barely keep them on the shelf because they're an amazing CBD product and they provide a whole lot of pain relief to a vast array of our clientele. Specifically, a lot of the oncology patients that we work with come through and take advantage of our CBD pain program to help manage their pain a little bit more naturally so they don't have to rely on some of those more high-powered painkillers.
Excellent. And do you see, you work in conjunction with any local health networks or anything like that?
We do. We actually partner with a couple local oncology departments. They send a lot of their patients here to collect herbs or CBD products or even teas that can help add on to their current treatment or to help kind of deal with, obviously, the discomfort that comes along with a lot of cancer treatments.
Excellent. And what do you see as far as the consumption, as far as how everything's consumed in the gummy edibles and everything like that, or is also in the actual tea, and how kind of what different categories are people to find their, let me try to figure out what I'm trying to say. Their form. That's exactly what I was looking for.
So as far as form goes, it is very much dependent on the individual person, and that's part of why this kind of medicine appeals to so many people, because you don't have to adhere to one specific form in order to get the same kind of results. So for one person who finds gummies their preference, they prefer to eat their CBD, that will probably work best for them. But for somebody who finds more instant relief in using it, smoking it, that's another great way to get it into the body. And it really boils down to personal preference, the actual goal of what you're trying to accomplish. So whether you're trying to reduce pain, whether you're trying to sleep, whether you're trying to up your appetite, whether you're trying to work with anxiety or PTSD, all of those factor into what form you choose and personal preference. And so it's kind of our job to offer as much information as we can on all of the forms and leave it up to the customer to choose what works best for them.
Excellent. And through here, as far as everything goes, I mean, what are some areas or some items in here that we might not even be thinking of that you guys have available here?
Technically one of my favorites is the mushrooms that we carry. Two specific products, one being our functional mushroom tinctures, which are like lion's mane, reishi, chaga, shiitake, maitake, cordyceps. All of those work in the body in different niches, but they help so drastically. Personally, I use cordyceps 1 week out of the month to help battle chronic fatigue, and it has offered me a quality of life that I would not otherwise have access to, that I have not had access to the last 20 plus years of my life. But having worked in this store and learning from Lorraine and just being surrounded by this much information, it has offered me alternatives that have really helped.
Excellent.
Really, this place was inspired by a dream. She wanted a place where she could share all of the information and knowledge that she gained about CBD, about teas, about holistic medicines and holistic healing. And this place kind of grew out of her dream through her husband's support and the support of her family, who also works here. Her daughter-in-law is our manager. And so it very much is a family business. And the reason I think that it's as successful as it is because of the time and energy and love that's poured into this place. Every customer that walks through that door comments on the atmosphere, comments on the space itself, comments on how warm and welcoming it feels. And I truly believe that is because the intention that Lorraine had when she started this business was so pure and so meaningful to her that the only thing that could come out of it is good.
Let's talk with that part. Let's talk a little bit about. For me, I also work in the cannabis space and like that, in hemp and marijuana, as well as in the world of mushrooms and things like that. Let's talk a little bit about the counterculture type personality that might be seen from a perceiving area, and kind of talk about, not in a negative way, but I want to speak about some of the differences. And you see the rise in mushroom tea. So if somebody is walking by today, maybe talk a little bit about what is going on in that functional beverage space with mushroom coffee, mushroom tea, things like that, and everybody kind of to know that it's not everybody sitting around in an opiate den, like just enjoying their days and stuff. So yeah, I know it's a loaded question.
No, I'm thinking about how I want to best phrase this because I know exactly what I want to say. When a customer enters the space initially, a lot of times they will see our mushroom supplements, they'll see our CBD table. Those are very prominently displayed in the store. We try not to hide those because those are one of the major reasons people come to see us. The CBD, the functional mushrooms, the CBD topical application for pain relief. And we also have a smoke table that has flour and other things on it as well. And the reason that we keep them so forefront in our displays is because we want people to ask questions about them. We want to break that stigma that CBD and cannabinoids and mushrooms are part of a drug culture, and we want to kind of rebrand them as part of the wellness culture because that is their true purpose. And when they're used as a medicine, they are highly powerful and very effective for a vast number of people with a wide range of needs. And so we really encourage people to ask questions about things they don't know. And we post lots of educational infographics and little paragraphs and all sorts of signs so that people have the medical information in their hands so that they can make an informed choice rather than being led by what society might kind of say these things are versus their true nature. All in all, I would encourage people to ask questions first. I was always told that when you assume, you make an ass out of you and me. And I find that when looking at new ideas or new products, when you assume things about them, you cut yourself off from understanding them fully, which cuts you off from utilizing them effectively. And so creating spaces for education, like we do here, we have classes that we host on the weekends. We have a firesider class coming up that we're encouraging people to come attend and learn about what it is, learn about why it's used, learn about maybe why it fell out of popularity and why it's back. But most of all, taking advantage of the information and education that we can offer as a way to open doors for people who may not have had that available to them initially or ever. And so being able to offer people information is something that I don't think ever goes out of style. And I would rather someone come in here and ask questions and leave without making a single purchase, but leave with a better understanding of themselves and their natural world than for someone to come in, buy something, and then put it on their shelf and never touch it. So that's why everyone in here, myself and all of my coworkers and Lorraine and Sarah, put so much time and effort into doing research ourselves so that we can become a source of knowledge for others that is accurate, that is well represented, and that can help them make decisions for themselves based off of the whole picture.
If you're an aspiring entrepreneur or one that's looking to expand, contact the FreeMind Network today and we'll help you scale, we'll help you start. We're going to be there for you in your corner.
You know my story, right? Rise to fame from the pain to glory, right?